Hey guys, so a couple of weeks ago, my dad and brother bought a ton of chicken tenders, and they brought me over 40 pounds. So anyway, what we've been doing, and this is kind of what we've always done, over the weekends, usually my husband and I will take maybe 10 pounds of chicken breast and we'll cook them all up on the grill on like a hot day. In Ohio, it rains a lot. We actually, fun fact, we live near the Ravenna Arsenal. Hold on, I'm messing up my sleeves. We live near the Ravenna Arsenal, and when it was built, the purpose that they built it here was that we have a very heavy cloud cover, and they were worried at that point in time that the Russians were going to be able to see the like the armory and the arsenal. So anyway, it's always raining here. It's always overcast. So we have to do about once a week. We have to take some time and try to grill just like once a week. So we take, maybe an hour out of the week, hopefully that it's like sunny and not raining. Actually, right now it's really overcast. I mean, it always is. It's really overcast. There's a little bit of sun, but it's supposed to be like 76 degrees today, but it's so wet outside. It rained. It must have rained all overnight. And my husband is right now working on we have a Green Mountain, I don't know what you call it, smoker. So he's working on it right now. But anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to make chicken marinades 5 different ways. So what he's going to do today is he's going to fix it because he thinks that there's something wrong with it. So he's going to fix it, and tomorrow we're going to grill it. So that gives me plenty of time to let this marinate. So I'm making something Mexicali lime chicken breast. I've already taken the 10 pounds of chicken breast. I defrosted them over the last couple of days in my refrigerator, but I took them and I put them into bags that are about equal. I don't measure. You guys are going to learn that about me, is that I don't really measure. I don't bake. Baking, measuring is very, very important because it's all like a science. I'm not a baker. I don't do that. Ain't nobody got time to measure crap when you've got this many kids. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bag. I'm going to dump, this is one of my favorite seasonings ever, but I'm going to dump some of this in there. And then I'm going to also add in a little bit of cumin. I'd say I probably put in 2 or 3 tablespoons of the first seasoning, probably somewhere in there. There we go. And then I'm going to put in the cumin. And I'll probably do less than a tablespoon of that. Yeah, I'm going to throw that in there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and throw in a little bit of onion powder. I'd say 2 tablespoons of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the air out as best as I can of the bag. So, squeeze and slide, squeeze and slide. Then I'm going to take this and then I'm going to just kind of rub everything in. You can shake it. You can do however you do your things. But here I've got this little bit of chicken that's pretty much coated for the most part. And I'm going to put those seasonings aside. The next thing is we're going to do just a like a barbecue dry rub. I got this. I live in Hartville, Ohio. We're famous for the Hartville Flea Market, and we're also famous for the Hartville Kitchen. But anyway, I got this at the Hartville Hardware, which is also a highlight if you're coming to the area. This is a very touristy town. When I was growing up, we actually had horses and buggies all over the place. I'm going to dump this in there. I'm going to dump, that's got to be like a 1/4 cup or 1/3 of a cup, somewhere in there. But when I was growing up, there was horses and buggies everywhere. There was tie-ups for the horses and the buggies, like at the grocery store. This place was just crawling with the Amish. Right now we are a very densely Mennonite community. Actually, my business partner and I, she's actually Mennonite, which is really cool. It's just a little bit different than the way that I was raised. I was raised in a home that, that my parents observed all the Christian holidays, but we never really went to church. I always went to church with either friends of mine or my grandma used to take me to church. My grandma and grandpa used to take me and my brother to church. And if we were good during our church service, we got a candy bar. So we went, and that was a Catholic church that I went to when I was growing up. But it was really cool because I got to go to I got to go to temple. I grew up in a pretty diverse town as far as religion wise, and my parents were always very encouraging of, going and trying other religions. Something that I thought that was really, really cool with my parents is they never baptized us. They wanted us to make the decision because that's such a personal thing. So I think that that's really cool. Anyway, the next thing that we're going to make is ranch chicken. And honestly, I'm just taking 2 of these. I think that a box of, I think you can get like four of them for like 97 cents or something at like Aldi. But I'm going to throw these in there. And the same thing, we're going to dump it all over the chicken. And then we're going to shake, shake, shake. And make sure everything's coated. I need another pair of kitchen scissors, I'm telling you. I used my kitchen scissors a little while ago and they were in my dishwasher, which actually I have to start. Mose, quit it. You guys, I have a 8-month-old golden doodle. Mose. And Daddy is outside grilling or working on the grill. And he does not like that he's not hanging out with him at all. So anyway, same thing. Shake, shake, shake. Another one done. The next thing we're gonna do is just an onion chicken. What I'm using is dry onion soup mix, which because of my scissors, I'm gonna have to use a knife. I've got a pair of tin snips over here because I gotta work on a project here after I'm done with this. So I'm getting a knife. I'm gonna open it that way. That'll work. So I'm gonna throw in a packet of the dry onion soup mix, which you guys, when I was growing up, we didn't buy a lot of like chip dips and things like that, but my dad would always take the dry onion soup mix and mix it with sour cream, and he would make us some chip dip, which I thought was really good. So anyway, I've got the onion soup mix in, and I also threw in some onion powder, and I'm gonna give that a seal. I'm gonna take all the air out of that one. But anyway, so back to Hartville. So Hartville is a really very cool community because it's very, it's almost a very southern community. It's very laid back. There's, there's a lot of touristy things. There's lots of shops. One of my best friends growing up has like a very high-end consignment shop, which is really cool. But we have all kinds of little boutiques and lots of places. If you're into like antiquing, come here. We've probably got it. We've got stores. We have to have probably 20 different like vintage and antique shops. The last one we're doing here is Italian, but we've got a bunch of shops. We've got a ton of churches, and honestly, like the big draw here is Hartville Hardware and the Hartville Kitchen. Those are both kind of like where people go. Like those are like the big stuff. And those are in one part of town, and then there's the other part of town that's got all the different antiques, all the different like, there's like a tool exchange place, there's consignment shops, there are, where I actually got this, there's a store that refinishes furniture and stuff. So I actually got oh my gosh, I actually had the opportunity, the lady that owns the business that I got this at, she gave me a call. I mean, like I said, this is a small town. She gave me a call and she was like, hey, do you mind coming and cleaning my house? So I was like, oh, heck yes, because you guys, I stage houses for a living, but also I clean residential and businesses. So I do a lot of odd jobs, I guess. But anyway, she gave me a call and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dying to go into your house. Like, I'm dying. So anyway, you guys, this is about a cup of Italian dressing. It's about 2 tablespoons of the garlic powder, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Here's a little tip. This lid is about 2 tablespoons. So if you do want to measure and you don't want to have to like get out another something or other to measure, that's how you do. But anyway, the lady that owned that shop, she was like, yeah, come and clean my house. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted so bad to see how her house was decorated, because her shop is very like modern farmhouse, you know, but it's her house. I'm not kidding. I walked her for a solid 45 minutes before I even started working, because I brought a girl with me to help me that day. Before we started working, we just looked at everything. We told the girl, like, hey, can we just look around? Like, we don't want to be creeps and we don't want to be weirdos, but like, your house is so beautiful. And I mean, everything was like, there was vignettes like this everywhere, which I'm very proud of this, because I did this myself with the frames and the different decorations and stuff. That was me, but she made this. So anyway, I really wanted to see everything that she had. And she was like, I don't think it's weird at all. She was like, she said, oh my gosh, I feel like you guys are really taking good care of me and you guys are checking this out. She's like, you guys are going to be like the best for word of mouth, like, honestly. So anyway, the girl that I had cleaning with me that day, one of my employees, she was like, can I take pictures? Because she wanted ideas for her own house, which I thought was adorable. So anyway, I've talked about 11 of these minutes and I cooked for about 1 of these minutes. So I've got 10 pounds of chicken ready to go. I'm gonna stick them in the fridge, and tomorrow we're gonna grill them and smoke them so we can have chicken for the rest of the week. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Today is Saturday and our quarantine is slowly starting to be lifted, so I might have to escape this house here in a little bit. So anyway, happy weekend, everybody. Bye.